Hello, my dear friends. Welcome to 1 Minute GK. Friends, in this video, I bring to you the last chapter of 9th NCERT Geography, that is population. So, the topics in this chapter: introduction, size and distribution, India's population distribution by density, population growth, processes of population growth, the age composition, the sex ratio, the literacy rates, occupational structure, health, adolescent population, National Population Policy of 2000, and the relation between NPP 2000 and adolescent population. So let's start the video. Introduction. Population is the central element in social science. It is the point of reference from which all other elements are being observed. Human beings are producers as well as consumers of the resources, so information about population of a country, such as their size, distribution, are very important. A census is an official enumeration of population done periodically. In India, the first census was held in the year of 1872. Friends, in India, the census is held after every decade or in 10 years. It is generally held in the starting year of any decade. The Census of India provides us with information regarding the population of our country. The data provided by the census cover below three major questions about the population. They are: first, the population size and distribution. It means how many people are there and where they are located. Second, the population growth and processes of population change. Means how has the population grown and changed throughout the time. The last is characteristics or qualities of the population. It means what are their age, sex composition, their literacy levels, their occupations, and the health conditions of population. The first topic is size and distribution. As per March 2001, India's population stood at 1028 million, which account for 16.7% of world's total population. This population is unevenly distributed over country's vast area of 3.28 million square kilometers, which accounts for 2.4% of world's area. Friends, India has 2.4% of world's total area, but has the population of 16.7% of world's total population. It means only 2.4% of area is carrying 16.7% of population. According to the data, UP is the most populous state of India with a population size of 166 millions, which account for 16% of total India's population. Sikkim's population is 0.5 millions or 5 lakhs, while the Lakshadweep has only 60,000 people. The five states, that is UP, Maharashtra, Bihar, West Bengal, and Andhra Pradesh, holds almost half of the Indian population according to the census of March 2001. The next topic is India's population distribution by density. Friends, population density is calculated as the number of persons per unit area, that means per square kilometer. Population density of India in the year 2001 was 324 persons per square kilometer, making it one of the most densely populated countries of the world. Densities vary from 904 persons per square kilometer in the West Bengal state to only 13 persons per square kilometer in the Arunachal Pradesh, which is the eastern state of India. The reason for scarce population in some states like Arunachal Pradesh, Meghalaya, Orissa, etc. are rugged terrain and unfavorable climatic conditions. Hilly, dissected, and rocky nature of terrains, moderate to low rainfall, shallower, less fertile soils have influenced the population in Assam and the most of the peninsular states. The northern plains and Kerala in the south have high to very high population densities because of the flat plains with fertile soils and abundant rainfall. Yes, friends, we know that in the northern plains there are perennial rivers, means they carry water for all the 12 months, so water is available. Also, the soil available there is alluvial soil, which is very fertile, and the land is plain. And those are very good conditions to flourish the population of human beings. Let us look at the India's map of population density. You can see the dark color in the northern states like UP, Bihar, and as well as in West Bengal, and the heart of India, that is Delhi. So they have carrying the high population density. On the other hand, there is a faint color in the states like J&K, Sikkim, Arunachal Pradesh, and other northeastern states. It implies the conditions in those states are not suitable for human beings. It means they have mountains, they have jungles, there is undulating topography, inaccessible areas, hilly regions. That's why the population density of such states is very less. Next topic is population growth. The population growth refers to the change in the number of inhabitants of a country or territory during a specific period of time, say during the decade or 10 years. The change can be expressed in two ways in terms of absolute number and in terms of percentage change per year. The absolute number is calculated by simply subtracting the earlier population from the later population. For example, population of 2001 will be subtracted from the population of 1990 to get the absolute number. It is referred to as the absolute increase. The second way, the rate of population is studied in percent per annum. Example, rate of increase of 2% per annum means that in a given year there was an increase of 2% for every 100 persons in the base population. This is referred to as the annual growth rate in percentage. India's population has been steadily increasing from 361 million in 1951 to 1028 million in 2001. Means we have grown three times in just 50 years. Since 1981, however, the rate of growth started declining gradually as birth rates decline rapidly. But India has a very large population, so when a low annual rate is applied to a very large population, it yields a large absolute increase. For example, the 10% of the number 50 is 5. But when you calculate the 1% of the number 1000, it gives you 10. So this is the case with India because we have a large base of population and the small percentage increase yields more absolute number. At this growth rate, India may overtake China, that is our neighbor, in 2045 to become the most populous country in the world. And that is not a good thing to go on the top. So in the following chart, you can see every decade the India's population is been increasing and it also gives you absolute increase as well as the annual growth rate in percentage. The processes of population change or growth. So friends, there are three main processes of change of population. They are birth rate, death rate and migration. Let's see them one by one. The birth rate. It is the number of live births per 1000 persons in a year. In India, birth rates have always been higher than the death rates. Death rate. It is the number of deaths per 1000 persons in a year. In India, there is rapid decline in the death rates, which is the main cause of growth of the Indian population due to good medical facilities. Till 1980, high birth rates and declining death rates resulted in high rate of population growth. But since 1981, birth rates have also started declining gradually due to the awareness, resulting in the gradual decline in the rate of population growth. But that decline is very gradual. Third factor is migration. It is the movement of people across region or the territories within country or in between other countries. This can be internal, that means within country, or the international, that means between the two countries. Internal migration does not change the size of population but changes the distribution of population within the nation. For example, if some people from Bihar settle at Mumbai, then the country's population, that is the population of India, will be same because Bihar and Mumbai are both are the part of India. But some persons of Delhi settle in the Moscow, that is in Russia, then that migration will be international and it will affect the total population of the country. In India, most migrations have been from rural to urban areas because of adverse condition of poverty and unemployment in the rural areas and increased employment opportunities and better living conditions in the city. So what are the effects of migration? It changes the population size. Of course, it will increase one population in one part of the country. On the other hand, it will decrease the population of the other part of the country. It also changes the population composition of urban and rural population in terms of age and sex composition. In India, the rural urban migration has resulted in a steady increase in the percentage of population in the cities and towns. Hence, the cities are carrying the burden of population in India. The age composition. The age composition of a population refers to the number of people in different age groups in a country. The number and percentage of population found within the children, working age, and age groups are notable determinants of the population social and economic structures. So the population of country can be grouped into the three categories. Those three categories are children, working age, and age. First, children. Those are below 15 years. These are economically unproductive, need to be provided with food, clothing, education, and medical care. They comprise the 34.4% of total India's population. Second group is working age or productive age, in between 15 to 59 years. These are economically productive and biologically reproductive. They are considered as the working population. They comprise the 58.7% of total India's population, hence India is known as the young country. Third part is age, means above 59 years. They can be economically productive, though they may have been retired. They may be working, but they are not available for employment through the recruitment due to the retirement. They comprise the 6.9% of total India's population. In this pie chart, you can see the major part of Indian population is adults, that means working group. Those are 58.7%. That is why India is termed as the young country in the world. But we are not getting the benefit of this more number of younger people due to the lack of education of unemployment. Next topic is sex ratio. The sex ratio is defined as the number of females per 1000 males in the population. What is the importance of this sex ratio? It measures the extent of equality between males and females in a society at a given time. In India, sex ratio has always remained unfavorable to females. That means the female number is always less than the male number in Indian society. You can see in the following chart the census year and the sex ratio. Friends, the sex ratio of India never gone beyond 950. Forget about 1000, never gone beyond the 950. Means for 1000 males, the number of females is always less than 950 in Indian society. Literacy rates. According to the census of 2001, a person aged 7 years and above who can read and write with understanding in any language is treated as literate person. The low levels of literacy are a serious obstacle for economic improvement. The literacy rate in the country, as per the census of 2001, is 64.84%. It means the 65% of total 100 persons are literate. The literacy rate for male is 75.26%, while for female it is only 53.67% due to the orthodox society culture in India. The next topic is the occupational structure. The distribution of population according to the different types of occupation is referred to as the occupational structure. The occupations are generally classified into the three categories. Those three are primary, secondary, and tertiary. The primary activities are related to the activities on land. It includes agriculture, animal husbandry, forestry, fishing, mining, and quarrying. The secondary activities, which are related to industry or the manufacturing, those include the industry, building, and construction work, etc. The tertiary activity generally related to the services. It includes the transport, communication, commerce, administration, and the other service like call centers or IT companies. The developed nations have a high proportion of people in secondary and tertiary activities, while the developing nations like India have a higher proportion of their workforce engaged in the primary activities, mainly in the agriculture. In India, about 64% of the population is engaged only in the agriculture, that is according to the census of 2001. 13% are dependent on the secondary, while 20% are on the tertiary sectors. Next topic is health. Health is an important component of population composition, which affects the process of development. There has been a significant improvement in health conditions in India. The death rates have declined from 25 per thousand population in 1951 to just 8.1 per thousand in 2001. And life expectancy at birth has increased from 36.7 years in 1951 to 64.6 years in 2001. These improvements are due to these following reasons. First, the improvement in public health. Second, the prevention of infectious diseases. And the third, application of modern medical practices in diagnosis and treatment of ailments. The health is still a major concern for India because the per capita calorie consumption is much lower than the recommended levels and the malnutrition affects a large percentage of our population. Safe drinking water and basic sanitation amenities are available to only one third of the rural population, means 67% of the rural population are lacking the safe drinking water and basic sanitation amenities. Adolescent population. The age group of 10 to 19 years or the teenagers are considered as the adolescent population. It constitutes the one-fifth of the total population of India, means nearly 20%. They are most important future resource for any country. Nutrition requirements of adolescents are higher than those of a normal child or adult because they are in the growing age. In India, the diet available to adolescents is inadequate in all the nutrients. A large number of adolescent girls suffers from the anemia, which is the deficiency of RBCs or hemoglobin. The awareness can be improved through the spread of literacy and education among the adolescent girls. The National Population Policy of 2000 or NPP 2000. The Government of India initiated the Comprehensive Family Planning Program in 1952 for improving the individual health and welfare. It sought to promote responsible and planned parenthood on a voluntary basis. The NPP 2000 is the peak of years of planned efforts. So, what are the aims of NPP? First, it provides a policy framework for imparting free and compulsory school education up to 14 years of age to all the children. Second, it reduces infant mortality rate to below 30 per 1000 live births. Third, it aims at achieving the universal immunization of children against all the vaccine preventable diseases and promoting the delayed marriage for girls. Fourth, it aims at making family welfare a people centered program. So let us see the relation between NPP 2000 and adolescent population. The NPP 2000 identified adolescent as one of the major sections of the population that need greater attention. Besides nutritional requirements, the policy put greater emphasis on other important needs of adolescents, including the protection from unwanted pregnancies and the sexually transmitted diseases or STDs. The program started by NPP 2000 for adolescents aims at encouraging the delayed marriage and childbearing, the education of adolescents about the risk of unprotected sex, and that topics are also included in the science syllabus, making contraceptive services accessible and affordable to all, providing food supplements and nutritional services, strengthening the legal measures to prevent the child marriage. For example, we have the act like Prevention of Child Marriage Act. So let us see the do you know from this chapter. Only Bangladesh and Japan have higher average population densities than India. So Kerala has a sex ratio of 1058 females per 1000 males, means the sex ratio of Kerala is favorable for females. Pondicherry has 1001 females for every 1000 males, while Delhi has only 821 females per 1000 males, very poor. And Haryana has just 861 females for 1000 males. If you have watched the movie of Dangal, you will get to know what is the condition of our sisters in Haryana. Birth of a girl child is not celebrated in most parts of the Haryana. But at the same time, on the other hand, the girls of Haryana made India proud in most of the events. For example, if you know about the Foga sister or the Manushi Childar, she was Miss World. So our society should give more freedom to all the girls in our country, and definitely they will contribute to make our nation proud. So thank you guys. This was the end of our 9th NCERT Geography. So do like, share and subscribe this channel. If you have any suggestion, please drop it in the comment box. Jai Hind.